Gotta lotion up the hands before I jump in on here, man. That's the cool part about being dark skinned, bro. Like about 10 minutes after you hop out that shower, baby. Oh no, you finna get hit with that blitz. We might be the only biracial people out there. Dark skinned brothers might be the only biracial individuals out there. Oh snap. So I got sent something, and I ain't gonna lie, I get it because I admitted it. You know what I'm saying? I get it because I admitted it. And I was pissed off and angry with young Kenneth Copeland. Y'all know him as Lil Woody. And the reason why we having this conversation is because this dang dude put my dang name in the title. Because I think, well, no, I don't think. He said that, what the heck did he say? He said, let me find this out. Like, I think it's like Lil Woody and Ceddy Nash beefing or whatever the heck. And all that. And he has a right to put that up there. And I believe it's because when I told him this, that's why I said I'm no longer mad at you. You know what I mean? And yeah, here we go right here. All right. And I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. It's a Lil Woody and baby mama exposed relationship drama with Ceddy Nash, Dancer Project. Exposed relationship, and then I guess it's supposed to say drama with Ceddy Nash and Dancer Project. So it's not really drama, for lack of better words. It's more so this, and I can just tell the truth. I don't rock with everybody. I don't. And I don't put the title of Lil Bro on nobody. I'm older than Woody. Y'all seen the pictures. I'm literally way bigger than he is. And that's it. Like, when I call somebody like Lil Bro, it's like as a protector role. So I'm always watching. And this comes from me being a bouncer. You know what I'm saying? I've been security for people and all this stuff and everything. I've never carried no firearms as a person doing security because in certain instances, you just gotta have somebody that can fight. We just gonna be fair. So I've been the head bouncer of 2 clubs in Sacramento. The clubs are Plush and God dang it, I can't remember the other one. But it was one where everybody used to come to on Greenback and used to do music and all that stuff. The owner name was Sandy, and she had a husband who was like on the little things. I don't remember. God dang, I can't remember the club name. But if you've been there around my reign of being the freaking head of security, aka the head bouncer, then you know, hey, you done had a good time, wasn't no BS. If I kicked you out, you had the ability to leave for 30 minutes and come right back in. I call it the cooling down phase because it took a while for people to get there. I didn't believe in, and some of y'all be like, dang, Nash, you actually was cool as hell. I didn't believe in you coming through, spending $20, spending whatever, how much money on overpriced beer and shots. You got your smell good on. You had a long day. You know what I'm saying? This is your ability to find somebody, possibly a wife, a girlfriend, or a muse for the night. And then next thing you know, you got this big old dude telling you got to leave. Like, you know what I mean? I would feel some type of way. And I've had people actually get mad and swing on me. Now, full disclosure, it's not hard to see that a punch is coming from a drunk person. It typically goes like this. And so, and I know some of y'all are like, what? So you telling me somebody swung on you and you wasn't pissed off? In a moment, yeah, but with understanding, yeah. Like, I would talk to people after that. Because where I come from, bro, hey, you got that issue, we can get it in the back. You know what I'm saying? And I swear to God, there ain't gonna be too many people that's gonna come out and say that if they decide to. If somebody says this, believe them 100%. I will offer people the chance to get in the back of the back and go thug it out. And I would say this, I'll say this. I ain't gonna lie, some bold as hell, because if somebody would have took me up on that offer and whooped me, it'd have been funny as hell. I used to say this, hey bro, if you really still feel some kind of way, bro, we can go in the back and we can catch a fade. And after I knock your ass out, I'm gonna help you back up, let you clear your cobwebs out, and then you can come back in. I'm like, do you want to do that? And nobody said yeah. Now they probably thought to themselves, I'm being set up. Like, I got a homie named Big E, funny as hell because he actually from Hoover. So we used to kind of not clash, but we definitely used to trash talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So there's that part. And some of y'all be like, wait, what? It is what it is. This was Sac. This wasn't LA. In LA, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't actively banging or anything like that anyways. So it is what it is. But to the point. Yeah, I was very, 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 very upset with him. And I forgave him without even talking to him because I wanted him to feel like, bruh, you let me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, F everybody else. You let me down with your actions, because there's a thing about individuals who should notice. There's a thing about it when you're the attraction and when you're the show. What Woody did on that bike was some attraction level shit, not show shit. So the way I was told the story was that, you know, he was randomly just sitting there on his bike and somebody had hit the Audi had hit the motorcycle and the motorcycle hit him. No, the motorcycle was speeding and got hit by the car, and then the motorcycle slid and hit Woody off of his bike, and then he smacked. And I believe if he would have been conscious and he would have seen that, he would have been all right. But because he wasn't, it's like those punches that you don't see hit the hardest. So, you know, that happened. The motorcyclist, I don't know, you know, his status. Like, hopefully he's all right. Though that looked very unorganized, should I say. Looked very freaking unorganized. And I just, in my head, I'm like, bro, that's some attraction level shit. Because everybody else was behind. They had to run to him. Everybody else was behind. So nobody else got hit. I was led to believe it was a crowd of people. And randomly he got hit. That wasn't the case. So it's one of those things where, bro, I'm not saying don't go out. I'm not saying don't do certain things and all that crap and everything. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is this, bro, like, there has to be a level of atonement. We're going through Yom Kippur October 1st, bro. And that's 10 days of atonement that you have to get right with God and, you know, set certain things up and do certain things. If you're not a part of my religion, I'm not just going to walk y'all through there. And I don't like disclosing my religion online because it leads to a bunch of things that I just don't care to explain. But the anger was because it's like you don't see how important you are to your people. To your people. You don't understand how important you are to your people. So he had made a video, and the video basically said he seen all the people that he let down. So it was no need for me to hold on to that anger. It was no need for me to hold on to that disappointment. It was no need for me to hold on to the words that I was going to say to that man. I had to let it go. And I had to let him know, like, you know, I had texted him, you know, I don't think he'd care that I'll disclose this. I said, basically, let me make sure I can say it verbatim because I don't want to do no basically this type of stuff. It says, you got an angel with you. Yours ain't tired. Because if you have an angel with you, once your angel lets you go, can't be with you in his spiritual and your physical, has to be with you in your spiritual and spiritual after that. Now, when it comes down to it, let's just be fair. He got a kid on the way. He got a baby boy on the way. This your first son. And when I said it in the video, I'll say it again. You're going to have a talk with your boy about who he hangs out with, regardless of anything. And this is what's going to happen. Fathers notice. Active fathers notice. You told and you tell your sons this all the time. Hey, youngin, check this out. Some of the trouble that you're going to get in, probably about half of the trouble you're going to get in, is not going to be because of you specifically. It's going to be because of the individuals that you're actually hanging out with. And if you know, like I know, then you will know that, bruh, yeah, that's how it goes. It's called birds of a feather flock together, right? Sometimes yay, sometimes nay. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I got older, I was hanging out with weed smokers. I'm not a weed smoker. And they'll do little stuff like, man, you don't want this weed, bruh. You don't want to hit the weed. I'm like, bruh. It just, weed was never appealing to me. Ever. 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 Shout out to Man Mike and Isaiah for telling me what they told me when I was like 8 years old. I was always one of the kids who wanted to hang out with the older cats. Always. Always. You know what I'm saying? I always want to hang out with the older cats, so game and everything, because they just seem so damn cool, right? Like, I can't be the only person to remember these people with these names and these cars and all that, and you walking, you know what I'm saying? You dusted up, your shoes are scuffed up. They hop out with the fresh kicks, with the fresh jeans, with the fresh shirts, the fresh starter jackets and all that and everything. Like, bro, it was a time to be had. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what that was. But it was disappointing because it's like, did you not know this? That's where the anger went away. Because I thought he already knew this. Like, bro, you know, hey, you're going to show up to these events. You're going to get your check. Everything going to be cool. Blah, blah, blah. You're running your bag up. You're doing your thing. You know, we talk probably, me and Woody talk probably like 5 to 7 times a doggone week. You know what I'm saying? It'd be times where I know he ain't trying to pick up, but he gonna pick up. Be times where I don't be wanting to pick up, but I pick up. And I don't put a time limit on when Woody called me. Like, I would say like 90% of people, I'd be like, hey, look, I got like 4 or 5 minutes for you, bruh. And then I got to get back to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't do that with certain people. And I got a lot of love with Lil Woody. So it's like, bruh, you really angered me because in my mind, it's like, bro, that was reckless. That was dumb. Like, it was real reckless and real dumb because in my head, it's like, bro, like, you got to mature. But then I think back to it, and I have a family member where I was very pissed off when they had went to jail for a minute because they had spent so much time in jail. And then I had to realize, like, bro, they're this age, but they're not this age. They're more like right here. So to me, Woody being in his 30s, in my head, I'm like, man, Woody really might be like 23, 24. Not as a disrespect, but it's more so like, young, you done did the feds, you done did the state. So you've been locked up probably, what, like 8 years, 9 years or something like that. So, you know, it's those things where you kind of had to live life and then look back on life as to where you were in that. 22, 23 years old. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas was reckless, bruh. Reckless. With something to prove. I don't know if that's what Woody was going through for a moment, but I literally used to have shit to prove to people. Like, you had no idea, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what that is, bro. And we haven't had a full conversation about this, but I wanted to say it this way because I wanted you guys to kind of understand it from a standpoint, because he may get too busy. He may be like, you know, I need to stream today. And he, you know what I'm saying? If he want to react to this, react to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. But I got a lot of love for dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, Genuinely do. Like, it is what it is. There's been people who had conversations and stuff like that and say little slick here's and there's and everything like that. I'm like, no, we not doing that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Depending on who you are, I'll let you vent about somebody and stuff like that. And I'll let you know. Yeah, that's how you feel, bro. But that ain't how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with this individual. That's why, like, I don't necessarily go at people when we fall out. I just leave them be because it's nothing that a conversation can't do to fix and repair certain things. But in my cases, and I hate to say this, like some of y'all might be like, man, hell nah, bro. You saying you was never wrong in certain situations? If you've watched me for all these years, you understand the difference in me versus a lot of people is if I'm in the wrong, I have to correct it. Religiously, I have to correct it. Spiritually, I have to correct it. Individually, me the person, I have to correct it because I'm not gonna have nobody sitting here like, dang, Ceddy Nash, you owe me an apology, bro, and I mean this to you. But we've been rocking like this, like no. So whenever somebody will wrong me or something like that, I just get away from them. Like I still got love for you, but I'm just gonna get away from you. I'm not gonna bash you. I might take some little slick shots here and there, but I'm never going to go scorched earth on you. I'm never going to, you know what I'm saying, let the world know, certain things and stuff like that because it's like what's done in private was done in private for a reason. You told me this in private for a reason. You didn't want it to come out. I can respect that. I get that. I understand that part. So for me, man, that's what it is. And some of y'all will be like, man, call him. You know what I'm saying? I did. But today, last night was the first night I got to sleep at a very decent time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to sleep at a very decent time. So, he did call me because I'm pretty sure we was going to have that conversation and everything like that. And we will. We got a lot of respect for each other in that way. But, that's just what it is, bro. I don't rock with everybody. You're not gonna see me in a bunch of groups and all that. Like, I'm more so these days when people try to get around me, it's like, what can you do for me? Because I know what I can do for you. I know what's provided for you once I do certain things. Once I go about things a certain way. Once I do all of this and all of that. Like, I already know. So that's just what that is. But hey, I can leave it right there, man. I think that's good enough. I think I said everything I need to say. Well, somebody might say, well, then how did y'all become so close? When we first talked, it was a lot of threats there. It was a lot of threats there. It was a lot of threats there. I get y'all like my persona and stuff and everything, and I'm hopeful and I'm grateful that I don't come off as trying to be no tough dude. And everybody was like, "You try to act like you tough." I'm not tough, bro. I'm really, really not. I do stuff because it's in my head. Like, I don't got no choice. Whenever I make like a bad decision, shit, it's like because I don't have a choice. So, yeah, there's that. And I ain't gonna lie, like I'm known for not backing down. I'm known for fighting. And there was one back down I had. There was like this 8th grade kid. And I was like, in 5th grade, and I just remember, when you're a kid, you overdo it. You think like, man, this kid was like 5 something, but I was short my whole life up until 9th grade. I ain't gonna lie. I remember this clear as day. There was 3 kids, and I was supposed to squabble the one that was more so my size. So I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, cool. This happened in Rancho Cordova. I'd never forget it. So boom, I'm getting ready to fight him. And dude crack off. Boom. Big dude. Punch me dead in my stomach. Got up out of there. It wouldn't happen now because I ain't got no choice. Like, I think everybody filming everything. So if y'all see me wild out and fire on somebody, it's because I believe I'm being recorded. And I know I'm not finished to up here and make the best decision for myself, safety wise. I gotta make the best decision for myself, image wise. I'm going out swinging, but at that time, bro, nah. Yeah, nigga stole on me, bruh. So I came back with my people, and then we chased them. But yeah, I definitely ran. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga stole on me, bro. Straight eye socket, straight eye buster, boom. I was ready to squad with this dude. What is you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck all that. But yeah, it was a lot of threats, and I just ended up just cussing him out after that on some fatherly stuff. Like, bro, like y'all seen the arsenal, bro? I can carry everything that I have in my arsenal in Atlanta, Georgia, in half. So it was like you do realize what type of person you talking to. I'm gonna go with my move. I'm gonna go with my move. You got your reputation. I'm gonna go with my play. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going with it. Ain't gonna be no 2 seconds to think or anything like that. I'll deal with the consequences as they may. Because one thing I know is this: if I decide to do something drastically destructive, one, I'm not gonna say anything to the police. I'm not. It doesn't benefit me. I let them figure it out. I spend my little 30 days in jail and all that, get bond and all that crap, and let my lawyers, make their opening statements, and I'm gonna beat the charge. But then I just like, and literally, I'm listening to this fool talking. I'm like, and I just started to proceed to cuss him out because I felt something. I was like, oh, wow. And we can have that conversation on camera. That's like a real private conversation. And because there's more to it. I put this story out on Real Life Street Stars, but it's way more to that conversation. And so, after that we became cool. But I'm one of those people, like, you get a person like me on your team, bro, you A1, because I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing. I get a dopamine of watching my people win. Like, I think it's dope. And I'm pretty sure somebody probably said the same thing in private conversations or just regular conversations. I don't got to be in the game to watch you win. I don't. I don't have to play the game or coach the game to see you win. I could cheer from the bleachers or cheer from my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody I rock with, they'll tell you, you'll never catch a snake vibe from me, ever. I never do you wrong, ever. Some of y'all like, damn, this makes sense because this is why you going so hard at Thug. I would have kept a lot of this stuff internally in, and a lot of this shit would not be released. A lot of these calls would not be released. A gang of them would not be released. But it's like, when you try to expose me, I'm going to expose you. I'll come back to you. Because it wasn't necessary. You ain't have to do it the way you did me. But I think people thought that Ceddy Nash was like this, right? I think people thought I was like this. And you're right, I am like this. But that's attack. That's attack that you had to go down to the depths of hell. You got to get to my level. This is attack that is inverted, meaning that is sticking up and is stuck. So you can't do nothing but step on it, hammer it, or get some pliers and take it out, which means you had to acknowledge and get to my level. And they can't do that. It's not that they don't want to, but they can't do it. Now, if everything blows up, because I do have 5 more calls that I do plan on releasing at 5:30 at 5:30 Eastern, which means that's 2:30 West Coast time. Yeah, I do have that stuff. But I do want y'all to know, no, don't screw me over. But yeah, man, it's just, it just is what it is, man. But like I said, I got a lot of love for Buddy. You know what I'm saying? He had some words for me when my brother passed. I had some words for him when one of his best friends passed, and we just keep it rolling. But I still rock with him, and it doesn't change the relationship. But, I definitely didn't want him to feel that energy and be like, bruh, like, I'm the one going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let him know, like, bruh. And that's just how I am. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. But Y'all, let me know your thoughts on this one. I won't put this on the Reloaded channel. I'll put this on the Clips channel because I feel like this is the channel where I could come through and have real conversations with y'all. So I'll catch y'all on the next one.